Welcome back to a little update video. We will talk today, is AMC now really squeezing? What the fuck is GameStop doing? A little update on BYND, and of course a little update on SPY and NASDAQ. If you're interested, just stay tuned. As always, I'm using the Fractal method, explanation video at the end of the video. Okay, well then let's jump into AMC. So for AMC today, small update if you want to know the big one with price targets, 1-part squeeze, 2-part squeeze. I will link the big update video at the end of the video. Today we will just look what we have done this week. So first of all, we had a pretty fucking good run this week. Yeah. Still, I will have an absolute bearish version for you. And 2 bullish ones, 1 hopier one. We start with the bearish one, as always. That means if you dive from here, if you touch 93 cents, you of course make a new low. Yeah. That means target would be 90 to 86 cents. For me, we're already way too high up, yeah, and it's already a pretty good trend change. So I really don't think, I really think there's a pretty good chance that this was the low in March and we go up, but just as bearish an alternative, yeah. And I'm saying it wouldn't be the first time, yeah. You saw here, and then we just drive down. So it's not impossible that we do that. I wouldn't tend to it right now. Yeah, but always in every tracking you always should have at least 1 bearish alternative. For the 2 bullish alternatives, the thing is, yeah, it's not really going for the side by side of 2021 in my opinion anymore. If this is now good or bad, we have to see. But that's the reason why I'm so many times saying only using bars patterns in Fractal will get you in Hell's Kitchen. Yeah, because as you see, it's so many times not one-to-one. Yeah, in Ride and Neo, it right now it absolutely is since years. Right now for AMC it isn't. What I'm talking about. The thing, if this would be one-to-one like 2021, you shouldn't have broke 125. Yeah, because in that case you should climb up here, come down, making higher low, and then going up to A. We clearly broke that. So what are we doing? This here is still my main version of tracking. I'm still tending to this. In that case, this peak here is our A, yeah, our little a. We are over T, we are under M. I still would say, or I still would like to see that we're getting now a 0.5 or 0.618 pullback. I mean, would make sense because I also have tracking for SPY and NASDAQ to pull back now. Yeah, I will show that later. So in that case, we would pull back to 114, 1.8-ish right now. Again, for levels, if you're doing this pullback, in the moment we are touching $1.01 right now, this can't be A anymore. Just saying, because A is 100% not allowed to touch the 786. After that, we would go up again over M, that would be our B, so over 133. And then we go up to our C, which is our middle A. And as I said in the last videos already, I think this level here will be the 200 EMA. Yeah. If it's then back here, yeah, doesn't matter, but somewhere near the 200 EMA, we will reject, making our last 0.5 or 0.618 pullback. In 2021, it was a 0.5 pullback from the V to whatever top it is. And then we might, just saying, here might make a little micro high low, and then we go. Still, I'm the opinion it's not April. But I'm also the opinion, no financial advice, we should see something in May. Yeah? Otherwise, it's bad for 2026. This is still my main tracking version. Now to this alternative bullish tracking. What happens if we go over 153? That means if you're not doing this pullback now and just going up. In that case, it's this here. Yeah? It would be the same like in May 2024. I already said in the big update video why I don't really like that. Yeah? Because this here in 2020 and 2024 was not our main run. Yeah. So I hate to track this because it leaves the possibility open that we're not doing the big run again. But in 2024, you see, we made our V and we just went up to our A. We did a 0.5 or 0.618 pullback, little higher low on this growth. Yeah. That would be version 2 if we're not getting a pullback right now. Yeah. If you're not getting a pullback and if we go over 153, that's too high. Yeah. For this little pullback here, then we're just doing this. Yeah. Doesn't matter which of these both, I still looking for at least one more pullback. And now the last version, the absolute hopium version. So for this version, first of all, it's not mine. Yeah, it's from a colleague for me from Babs. But you should always be open-minded. What I mean with this version, I will show that side by side. And I'm not showing this just to have a third alt. I'm only showing that because I can. I'm not tending to, but I could see it. If we're really getting, because of volume, because we have volume in the last days, quicker, I could see that. So, left side, 1 hour chart now, right side, 1 hour chart of 2021. In that case, here our low, same as here our low. Then, this section here would be this section here. Our candle, I was waiting for since 3 days, I will have to say, would be this candle here. Yeah. This sideways, let's delete this. This little uptrend here would be this little uptrend here. And this fucking run would be this fucking run. That means overall that we would be already in A. Yeah. Here the A January 12, 2021. Means the only thing which is left is 0.5, 0.618 pullback. In January, it was a 0.5 pullback. Yeah? So in that case, you might going sideways here now, maybe the rest of the week, or you already finished it. You would pull back, adding here a little higher low, and then you're ready to go. That's this idea. Yeah. I really don't like it too much because of levels, because I think the A should be higher. But I also don't really like that we broke this level here. So yeah, I really can give that something. Yeah. And of course, after that, upside. Yeah. Because I got the question yesterday. Because this here took us 21 days. Yeah. Do we have to do this pullback and this pullback? I can't answer to that. Yeah, because I don't know either. Yeah. That everything after this pullback here. Yeah. Doesn't matter if it's now version 1, 2, or the hopium version. Everything after this pullback here is uncertain territory, I would say. Yeah, because everything depends on volume. Yeah. After this pullback, we finished every landmark which is left. If we're now doing this little jumps and then getting a big run, or if we're just doing this and then just run, yeah, I truly did. I would guess, yeah, and I hate guessing. So maybe not. Let's see. Still, because this looks very shortly, yeah, I still give the warning. I don't think we see the big moves in April. Still not. Still, I want and I have to see them in May. And even if it's the last day of May, yeah. If we're not seeing anything big in May, something is wrong. Yeah. Which can happen. Yeah. I'm not saying 100% in May. Yeah. Because that's stupid. Yeah. We're waiting for landmarks. But if we're not seeing something in May, I think we have to track it differently, and especially for AMC, that would be very bad. But first of all, let's see what happens. Okay, next one is GameStop. So again, for how the squeeze looks like, price targets, full story, and. I will link the big update video at the end of the video. Today, we just look what we have done this week. Yeah, and I start hating GameStop because we are doing nothing. Really, it's stupid. We're really doing nothing. We still are sitting, in my opinion, as for me personally, 50-50 between the bullish and the bearish version. But just saying, the bearish version is losing time. Yeah, for the bearish version, to still have something big in May, we have to do it latest till next week, Friday. First, the absolute bullish version, no change. November 2025 was our low. We did a beautiful higher low. We broke out. We made our little A. Yeah? And this little A pullback has to be finished. We bounced here under the 618 at earnings and went up. For the bullish version, you have to say that this little thing, shitty thing here is your T. But doesn't matter. And your next target is your big A over T. Means 28 to 35-ish. Yeah? Then one last pullback. Yeah? 0.6 or 0.5. Yeah? And at the same moment, AMC should be finished and go. If we're doing B, pullback, C, doesn't really matter. Yeah? Main point is we have to do this A. This is bullish version. Yeah? Bearish version is still the one I'm tending to. Still. Yeah? But for the bearish version, we have to start doing it. Bearish version just means one thing. This here was a T. And we have to go down to 17 to 15, in my opinion. My problem is why I'm really tending to this right now. It's just the shit we are doing here. Yeah. You have a peak. You have a perfect lower high. You fall down. You start your M. You reject, especially you're rejecting this. Come on. You're rejecting this trend line here. This one. Perfect. Here's your peak of your M. You fall down. You fall down on earnings. You come up again. And yesterday, again, we rejected this trend line. Yeah, that's why. This looks so fucking perfect for LMT. But that also means you will knife down here. Yeah. It would have been far better if we on earnings just made the pullback and just ran. But we didn't. Yeah. Thing with this is, if this is T, you will break through this. You have to go under 1962. My price targets after that is 1758 or 50. What would happen after that before we go to levels? Well, first of all, whatever we are doing, we have to go under 1962. And after that, we go up to our A and pull back again. And that's the point I was making. If we still want to see something in May, we have to start. We are in the first week of April. We have to start the shit. We have to finish. We have to do something till next week, Friday. Yeah, it should be quick. Yeah, because we did the same thing in May 2024. We came up, knife down, higher low, ole. The same like in 2021. We came up, knife down, up, ole. Yeah. But we are losing time. That this is nothing I can say, okay, we just wait till end of April to do this. No, this has to happen now. What makes this wrong? If you go over 25, doesn't matter what I think, what I'm saying. If we're going over 25, this version is dead. End of story. 25 would be too high. We would make version 1. If you break 22, that's already very bearish. If you touch or break 21.36, in my opinion, you will do this. But you have to do something. Yeah, this is right now, GameStop. What the fuck? To the last question, if GameStop is doing that, is AMC also knifing because they are doing always the same? GameStop and AMC is only synchronized in their squeezes. Yeah? What they are doing in between, they are doing completely separate and with their own fractal. Otherwise, the stocks would look like the same. But GameStop and AMC look completely different. Yeah, they look different. So yeah, GameStop can go down while AMC is going up. I mean, you saw that in the last days. Yeah, AMC had a massive run to the upside. GameStop doing nothing or going down. So yeah, GameStop can go down, AMC can go up, or other way around. Yeah, that's possible. Okay, next one is BYND. So also for BYND, for the big story, price target, and then I will link the big update at the end of the video. Today we will just look what we have done this week. And for BYND, we just have only one bearish, one bullish version. Yeah. We start with the bearish one because it's the simplest one, as I'm saying since weeks now. If you touch or break 50.49 cents, I am out of this play. I'm still tracking it. I will still showing it, but my stop loss is here. Why? Because then, first of all, the higher low since October is that. The higher low of October would become T. And the shitty thing is not only the price, it's time. Wherever you go then, wherever you find your new V, your new all-time low, you still would have to start to do your higher low, your macro higher low. In that case, you're not breaking 450. In that case, this is not 2026. I mean, this could be 2026, but these targets is not 2026. This will take fucking time, in my opinion. That's why my stop loss is 50 cents. I'm absolutely not tending to this yet. Yeah, as long as we're staying over 50 cents, everything is good. For our bullish version, I already posted that on our homepage on in the subscription. It says naricotrades.com and updated it already yesterday. I'm showing it now in detail. I still think we have to go down. Yeah, even for the bullish version. Price target is 54. Why? If it's just a guess of this trend line. because the trend line from December till today was resistance, and here it started with support. Yeah? In that case, and on earnings, we also bounced on it. So I still think it's a very good chance that our, depends when we're getting the V. I would say in the next 2 weeks, we should get our bottom. Something for 54, 53. Very important, over 50. If you just look at this price action right here, earnings was a T, knife down. Then we bounced here. If we only look at this section here, only this one. Let's go on a 30-minute. Yeah. This T is a top. I see lower high has to be somewhere in here. This, in my opinion, is clearly an M. There was a chance that LMT is in this candle and this is higher low. With this break, no, not possible anymore. Also, I can't put T here. Why? Because LMT is always finished when they are going lower where they started. What I mean with this, here was the start of M. If you look here, this is a higher low. So M can't be finished. It has to go lower than this. Here we went lower. So this whole thing here is M. So in my opinion, I'm absolutely convinced, could be wrong, that this was our little T of this. That means we have to go lower to find our V, then little high low, and then off we go. Then we can track bullish again. For levels, as I said, 50 cents def. Why ever? Doesn't matter why ever, maybe I'm wrong. But everything over 66 cents, bullish. Everything over 72 cents, very bullish. Everything over 80 cents, forget every alternative to the downside, in my opinion. Yeah, no financial advice. But breaking over 80 cents and there is only upside left. That's for beyond. Still looking okay, as long as you're not touching 50 cents. Okay, good. And the last one is SPY and NASDAQ. So, was a pretty good move. Before we go into tracking, just one thing. First of all, I'm not taking the win for this move. Just saying. Yeah. I want everybody, it's stupid to short here. I said I gave you the possibility to go up, but I also give you the possibility to go down. Showing both ways and then saying, I said we could go, that's stupid. Yeah, I'm not doing that. So I'm not taking the win for this move. Yeah, because both ways, I showed both ways. What I'm taking is still the win that you are not shorting here. Yeah, if you do that, it's gambling. Yeah, that's the only thing. And I'm taking the win, as I said in the last videos, in the last 10 years, March and April was always a pullback. Yeah, or not always, but quite often a pullback. But we never repeated the year before 1-to-1. Never. And again, we didn't do it. This win I take. Because I find it stupid when people are saying, oh, we 100% do April 2020. This is stupid. Yeah? This win I take. Yeah? But I'm not taking this. Before we go into tracking, because that's the next thing I read yesterday so many times. Now most people were wrong that we're pulling back, and now everything is bullish. We going now to all-time highs. Now is the bull market. Yes. Especially, I saw that also very often yesterday with this picture, right? With this picture here. Because SPY broke the broadening wedge. And that's our absolutely 100% sign. We're going 100% now to all-time highs. And this here is 100% our low of SPY. And I only can say again the same thing like here. This is fucking stupid. I mean, I would even say this is more stupid. Yeah, because if you look at that way, okay, fine. It is a breakout. Absolutely. First of all, this is not a broadening wedge for SPY. This is a channel. Second, only showing this is an absolutely asshole move in my opinion, because it's not true. This isn't the peak. This is the peak. January 26, 2026 is the peak. And that also means this is the broadening wedge for SPY. This here, not this here. And that also means that SPY broke shit. SPY didn't broke any wedge. SPY is still in its broadening wedge. To say this is a 100% proof that SPY broke its broadening wedge, if you hear anybody saying that, this is two things: a fucking idiot or a scammer. No other way. No other way. Yeah, this is the broadening wedge of SPY. So let's go into tracking and stop ranting. So for SPY, this is a bullish breakout. Yeah, it is. Absolutely. My only problem is it was bullish here. Yeah, because this was already the breakout move. Yeah. First of all, for tracking 1-to-1, I still see a big chance that this was still our A for the bullish tracking, because we are over T, we are under M. So I really could see now a pullback. Yeah. If we completely gap fill, I mean, levels wise, yes. Yeah, because A is doing a 0.5, 0.618 pullback. Yeah, so in that case, yeah, we could do that. Just one thing, I saw that so many times, and I fell for this so many times. If we are in this broadening wedge, sometimes you just don't do the really perfect fit pullbacks. You just don't do them. So I could say a pullback to 663 and then bouncing is also a possibility. Yeah, this level. Just saying. Yeah. What would happen next? Thing is, we're getting a pullback. For the bullish version, we're getting a pullback going up. Next level for this would be M681 for our little B. Then also pullback. And then comes the really important question. As I'm showing since weeks now, are we breaking the real broadening wedge? This level here depends how quick we are. 685, 690. If we break through this level, if we break to this trend line, that's fucking bullish. Yes. If we do that, we're going over all-time highs, in my opinion, really 100%. This would be our big A, breakout retest, and bull market. Yeah. If we do that, perfect. Yeah. That is confirmation. If not, whatever we're doing here, if we come up here, if we reject this line, this will be our big M. In that case, you can play puts for the next month. Just saying, you will knife extremely long. Next price target at least 612. Yeah. You will, wherever you bounce here, you will come up again. This will be your T, and you will even more knife. Yeah. And I'm tending to this. I really have to say, I think the top of the market is now in for a pretty long time, but could be wrong. But for me to be wrong, we have to break the rear wedge for SPY. Is there a possibility that we just go up? Yeah. But then the same. Break through that, or not, I still would tend that we're getting a pullback. One last warning for SPY. Just because of the broadening wedge, there is a case that this is not A, that this is already M. There is a case. The only confirmation that this is M would be if you fall down here, of course, but if you touch or break 639 on SPY, this can't be A anymore, because A is 100% not allowed to touch or break the 786. If we do that and we are over T, so this couldn't be higher low anymore. So if we fall down here, if we touch 639, this was M. And then you really knife. And in my opinion, all-time high for this year is off the table. Yeah. Okay, for NASDAQ, it's pretty much the same. A little difference. NASDAQ is not always doing broadening wedges. Yeah, but for NASDAQ, your trend line is here. This is really bullish. I said that already in the last videos. If NASDAQ is breaking over this, this could be really already a sign that we may be going into a bull market. Yeah? For NASDAQ, it's quite the same thing. You also are over T, so this would be your A. I still think for NASDAQ case, to going back to 0.5 or 618, isn't looking that right. Yeah. For NASDAQ, I would just say we're making a breakout retest of this trend, so 592. Yeah, but also again, yeah, if NASDAQ is bouncing here, of course, SPY is also bouncing. That's why I have for SPY 663. Yeah, if you're going lower, okay, fine. But if NASDAQ bouncing here, that would be kind of this level. Yeah. After that, your M is at 690. That would be your B, 0.5 pullback. And then comes the question, are you breaking here? Yeah. For NASDAQ, I would say the critical level is 629. Yeah, that would be 680, 690 for SPY. And for NASDAQ, it's 629. You have to go through this to get into the bull market. If you're rejecting here, same thing. This will be an M, and you fucking knife. Yeah. Let's see. I could be wrong. No financial advice. I'm tending for a pullback. Yeah. Let's see. We have today PCE. We have tomorrow inflation data. Not saying that they mean anything, but it's volatility. It's volatility. Yeah. I wouldn't, no financial advice, hold anything, except you want to gamble. I wouldn't hold anything over the nights, over the weekend. I would always just play the reaction. But that's my strategy. You could have another one. Okay. As always, explanation video here, playlist here, big update video back here. If you liked it, leave a like. If you want to see more, you can give me an abo. Let's see if the world is ending now. Again. See ya.